Oh. Hell yes. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dane Bramage Rocks channel. All right, time to break from our regularly scheduled program to bring you another entry into the Eurovision Song Contest of 2026 and 70th anniversary at that. Australia, you are up. One of my favorite countries. Love that place. Love the entries they have been putting into this contest the last few years, most notably with Milkshake Man and, of course, one of my ultimate favorites, Voyager, back in 2023. They were actually one of the first rock reactions I did when I started doing this channel, and it's stuck with me ever since. I've always had an affinity for Australia in this contest anyway, and it's fantastic. Still follow Voyager today. Outside of that, we're not talking about Voyager. We have a new entry. The artist name is Delta Goodrum, and the song is called Eclipse. Now, this song dropped March 1st of 2026 and is already peaking over 1 million views. So it seems to be catching on pretty well, because that's a pretty good view count for this contest, judging by the other videos and songs that have been released. So I'm excited to get into this. That because I love Australia. I've been following, their journey through the Eurovision Song Contest since I started doing this and watching this, and let's see how they follow up with that. Are you ready? Oh, good. So am I. Here we go. I almost forgot to mention before we get into the song, stick around after we're done doing the reaction and I go ahead and, highlight the artist. We find out more about them, read their story, do all the things, give credit to where credit is due. But I couldn't help but notice when queuing up this video, there's a comment down there that is highlighted. It says, crazy how we went from Milkshake Man to this. So I'm really curious to see what is about to be delivered here. Let's do this. Oh my.
Shadows in the moonlight, dancing with the sun. Planets are aligning to love as one, and it won't be long till the morning comes. In a sky full of stars, though our lives were apart, we've only just begun. One touch, one kiss, all my life for a night like this. The world stops for us, only love exists when we get clear.
There we go. Okay. She's got an incredible voice. It is so clean and so crisp. I was sitting here like, oh no, this is a ballad. This is going to stay a ballad. This is not going to do well. The beat picked up. That's good. Got to get people moving, right? Got to get people drawn in. Eclipse. This is actually a really neat concept out in the middle of a desert with these neat little glass towers that are kind of like reflecting like an eclipse, which is kind of neat. Now, like we're getting into this dark scene where the lights are coming on. I love it. She plays piano. It looks like that might be her playing the harp as well. So she can play instruments. This is fantastic. I'm loving this entry. Nice.
Perfect timing, I call it divine. Gravity is pulling your heart to mine, and it won't be long till the morning comes.
Gorgeous song. Wow. Oh. Hell yes. Dude.
cliffs. We're your one love. One touch, one kiss. All my life for another like this. The world's too dark for us.
Dude.
All in our faces, where we could kiss. Where we kiss.
Fantastic. These songs go so quick. She is the entire package, like 100%. That was actually way better than I expected it to be. I mean, look, it's all there. Like the message I'm getting is like one touch, one kiss. She like when they eclipse, it's like, yeah, it's like when everything aligns up, like the sun and the moon, and the eclipse happens. I get the concept, and that's such a neat lyrical song there. But God, her voice is absolutely crisp and clean and gorgeous. She crushed it on the piano, like great looking girl. It's like that is all the things that are checking the box. And you know what I liked about it the most is it wasn't your typical run in the mill pop song, like just some pretty girl up there bopping around, dancing, shaking her booty, and all that things that we usually sometimes see a lot come out of different countries. But this was perfect. This was about the music, the song, the tone, the delivery. Everything was spot on with that song. And boy, that picked up very, very well halfway through all the way to the end. And I loved it. Great looking video. I'm stoked to see her do this on stage. Wonder if it's just gonna be her isolated with the piano like we saw there, because you can have up to 6 people on stage, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, we know nothing about her, so let's go ahead and do the wrap up and learn all that we can. Isn't that always fun though to see like how different entries just come out of the country and how different each songs could be? You know, when you go from from when I started watching and reacting to this channel, from Voyager to Electric Fields onto Gojo and now onto Delta singing that song. It's always been so different. And like every country does it. So it's not obviously just Australia, but it's always something we've talked about over here. We found a good amount of information on Delta Goodrem herself here. So this is coming straight from the Eurovision.com website. Delta Goodrem will represent, I keep saying Goodrem will represent Australia in May. Eclipse is Australia's entry into the 70th Eurovision Song Contest. On the evening on Sunday, 1 March, or the morning of Monday, 2nd March, if you're down under, Australian broadcaster SBS announced that Delta Goodrem will... I did it again. Delta Goodrem will represent her country at Vienna 2026. The global pop powerhouse will perform Eclipse at the 70th Eurovision Song Contest, written by the artist herself, along with Ferris El-Quaisi, Jonas Miran, and Michael Fatkin, who also produced the song. The music video, set across the vast sand dunes of the Newcastle in New South Wales, was released at the same time, premiering on the Eurovision Song Contest YouTube channel. Regarding the big news, Delta Goodrem said, "I'm so honored to represent Australia on one of the biggest and most iconic music stages in the world at Eurovision. As a singer-songwriter, music has been my lifelong passion. I've always loved the creativity, individuality, and the joy Eurovision brings, connecting and uniting people across the globe throughout music, the universal language. I cannot wait to arrive in Vienna and make Australia proud." Having written songs in the contest, having written songs for contest winner Celine Dion and worked alongside Olivia Newton-John, who represented the United Kingdom in 1974, Delta now takes her place in the Eurovision Song Contest stage herself. No kidding? She wrote songs for both of them? So signing her first record deal at just 15, Delta exploded into the global stage with her debut album Innocent Eyes, a 23-time platinum phenomenon and one of the highest selling albums in Australian history. The album produced 5 #1 singles and remained at #1 for a record-breaking 7.5 months, making Delta a household name, with 1 in every 4 homes in Australia owning the Delta Goodrem album. No kidding. So she's a powerhouse, very well known, experienced all the things. Across her career, Delta has sold more than 9 million albums worldwide, achieving 5 #1 albums and 9 #1 singles, and earned 12 ARIA awards. She has collaborated and toured with global icons, including Celine Dion, Olivia Newton-John, Andre Bocelli, Tony Bennett, Shania Twain, Backstreet Boys, and Ricky Martin, captivating audiences across Europe, Asia, and the US. In 2022, she launched her own label, Atlet Records, taking full creative control of her music and ushering in a new era defined by independence, ambition, and artistic convention. Oh my God. Delta Goodrem will perform Eclipse in the second half of the second semifinals on Thursday, 14 May. SBS head of entertainment Emily Griggs said, after years of speculation, the moment has arrived. Everything has aligned for Delta to represent Australia at Eurovision, and there's no better time than 2026 in the contest's 70th year, back where Australia's participation began in 2015. To mark this milestone, we wanted to send one of Australia's most iconic artists to the world's most iconic stage. Her powerful voice is balanced by restraint and the openness that draws people in, creating performances that feel both intimate and expansive. Europe, get ready. Australia is lighting up the stage. Australia's creative director of Vienna, Paul Clark, said, Delta Goodrem is once in a generation artist. Her elegant songwriting and unmatched vocal ability make her the perfect choice to represent Australia and eclipse the competition at the 70th anniversary of Eurovision in Vienna. Her song is a bold step towards the next stage of her worldwide career, and we're excited to bring her vision to life on stage come May. So, oh my God, we have, dude, you know how many powerhouses we now have in this contest? There are a few notable artists from a few different countries that are just powerhouse singers, have a bunch of albums, sold millions, have seen millions, and have toured. She has got a resume to back everything up, and she is going to crush it on that stage. Now, knowing, did you see that list of people she toured with? Holy shoot, that's amazing. So, Delta is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and what a great time to get her in this contest, and good job Australia for that selection. They're not playing games this year, so this is going to be something to watch out for. Leave me those comments, let me know what you thought about that song and that entry. You excited for Australia? You know, what else is out there that you're enjoying for this contest so far? Don't forget to hit that like button for me. Head over to that video and hit her like button as well for her video and her channels and all that jazz, and share this out to anyone who might be interested. One last time, everybody, that was Delta Goodrem with the song Eclipse, peaking at over 1 million views, premiered March 1st, 2026. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, keep on rocking.